Hello everybody, I am Chantel and welcome to the back 9 of Christie Lake Disc Golf Course in Hamilton, Ontario. This is a very beautiful course, a good mixture of wooded holes and open holes. And just a recap, I am sitting at a -2 with a bogey on my hole 9. Hole 10 is a par 3, 189 feet. I am throwing my jawbreaker zone, and it is slightly uphill, and I'm just trying to give it enough height so that I can have a nice finish toward the basket. You do not want to end up in those bushes on the right. They are not fun. But luckily I shoot it right up the middle and I have a short putt for my birdie. Hole 11 is a par 3, 215 feet. This is where there was kind of a backup on the holes. It was very busy out, so this hole you're just throwing it straight, trying to avoid all the trees. I'm throwing my Judge. I think it is, yeah. And you can see that there is a big downslope, so you want to just keep it as straight as you can and hope to not hit any of the trees and go all the way down there, because it's a pretty steep slope. So I'm outside the circle here. Luckily there is a backboard past the basket, so I'm right there for my par. Hole 12 is a par 3, 190 feet, and this is a putter shot that you want to just keep straight, maybe a little bit of turn, and there's lots of trees, so just hoping not to hit any of them. And I just put a little too much on this, but luckily it hits some of those skinny trees and stops me. Yeah, there was people on this hole. They were nice enough to let us pass. I was definitely feeling a little bit rushed. And my putting was a little off today, so just trying to get that together and get some more birdies. Hole 13 is a par 3, 240 feet. This is one of my favorite holes. It's just really fun. You want to keep it really straight, or maybe have a late fading disc to the right. I'm throwing my Mako 3 straight into that tree. I'm not happy. So now, it didn't go too far into the trees there, so luckily I can just step out and try. I'm going to be flicking my leopard. And I didn't get any turn on that, so I'm still left with this tester for my par. Look how pretty this course is though. It just looks so nice, the big trees. And I throw that low and to the right. So I'm looking at another bogey. That was a little high, but luckily it goes in. Hole 14 is a par 3, 257 feet. This is, as you can see, it says the natural. It is just a hyzer shot at the basket. So I'm throwing my Undertaker on a slight hyzer. And there's this little sneaky gap that I totally meant to take. Get through everything, and I'm looking at a short putt for my birdie. There was people playing on hole 12 in parked hole 14's basket. And I'm finally getting another birdie. Hole 15 is a par 3, 255 feet. So this hole I'm still trying to figure out. I don't know if I like taking the outside gap or the inside gap, but today I'm going to be throwing my Star Leopard in between the trees on the left and the right. The big one in the middle. I'm trying to go to the left of that. So this, I was trying to throw it a little high, but not that high. Luckily I get through most of it though. So I have kind of a look at the basket. It's definitely a long look. But I have a nice little gap in between all the trees, so. I gave it a decent run. I wasn't mad at missing that, but it's close to the basket to save my par. Hole 16 is a par 3, 176 feet. This is either a turnover shot or a sidearm. I'm going to be trying to sidearm my Buzz. And I'm surprised that I went long of the hole. So I have this kind of obstructed look at the basket. It's probably 30 feet, maybe 25. But it goes in. I was really happy with that putt. Finally hit something bigger than, 15 feet. It's feeling a little rusty. Hole 17 is a par 3, 236 feet. It kind of goes uphill and then back downhill. So I'm throwing my Champion Mako, just trying to keep it dead straight without any fade. I threw it on a slight hyzer, so I kind of fade out to the right, or sorry, to the left. So I have this look at the basket for my 2, and I'm straddling out. And I missed the basket left. But I clean up for my par. Don't know what I'm looking at over there. Must have been very interesting though. Hole 18 is a par 3, 349 feet. This is actually a par 4 as well on UDisc, so that's what we played. It is a dog leg to the right at the end. So I'm throwing my Champion Mako straight down the gap, trying to stay in the middle of the fairway, because if you're in any of the trees on the sides, it's not fun. So I landed where I wanted, so now I just have a upshot to the basket. I came really close to that tree, but luckily I missed it, and I'm parked for my 3. So finishing off the back 9 with a birdie, and I finished with a -5. So there's a couple things that I need to clean up, but overall it wasn't a bad round. So thank you guys for joining me once again, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.